Hi, I'm Mark Benedict with Knowledge Point. Before we start our class today on how to be an effective remote worker, I wanted to give you some tips on how to set up your workspace like a pro. So I'm not new to remote working. I worked for a company for over a year that had no offices. We conducted all our work by teleconference. When it comes to real estate, they say that the most important factor is location. When it comes to teleconferencing, one of the most important factors is lighting. And next to that is your microphone. So today we'll give you some tips and tricks on how to set up your workspace so that you can come across like a pro. Let's take a quick view of my apartment to see what we have to work with. I'll explain the thought process I used to come up with my final setup. My apartment has minimal furniture, but since my wife and I share it, we do have two desks, one in the living room and one in the bedroom. If you have children, you will probably have to move to a bedroom. Of course, your wife and children are going to need some place to occupy themselves while you are on a business call. And if you keep them confined in a bedroom, they just might explode or revolt. Later in the seminar, we will talk about the importance of having a family routine to follow when you have a business call and give you some tips on how to make it easier for your family. All right, here we are, and now you're seeing me sitting at my desk as I originally had it set up. This is how my colleagues would see me if I leave things as they are right now. Now you notice a couple things. From when this video started, the lighting is not nearly as good as it was in the first segment. Notice the bright light behind my head. It's kind of distracting. And this is, if you have a really bright light and you don't have a good camera, it may wash out and it'll make you look like you're in a witness protection program and you're trying to hide from somebody. So you really have to think, what can we do to fix this lighting? Well, one thing we can do is we can turn off bright lights that are in the background to see how that affects the picture. Well, that's a little better. It helps to eliminate a strong background light when it's behind you. It's less distracting for your viewers to not have that bright light in their eyes. You notice something about the angle, the typical angle from having your laptop on a desk is that it's the camera view is upward. It's not really the best view. On my case, it shows a little bit of loose skin I have underneath here. Not too bad, but one of the things we can do is we can put something underneath our laptop and raise it up to change the angle of view. Let's see what that looks like. All right, this is much better. This is a view where the camera is almost level with your eyes, and generally this will always provide the most natural view when someone is looking at you over a video teleconference. So we've done this. This helps. I've just got my laptop on a small 6-inch empty box that provides the right height. Now, there's one thing that I still want to do. The lighting is still not optimal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try changing the orientation of my desk so that it faces directly towards the source of natural light. In almost any case, this will give you the most natural skin tones, colors, and give you the best results for the person who's watching you on the other end. So we'll take a quick break here and I'll do a little bit of rearranging, and then we'll take it up and show what it looks like after I simply turn my desk 90 degrees from the location that it's currently at. All right, so now I have natural lighting. I have opened the curtains just a little bit because it's fairly bright outside, but that provides just enough natural light to make all the skin tones normal, and no shadows. It looks very nice. So I decided that I would leave my desk turned like this to where I could use the natural lighting. Now you notice I've got a different view behind me. And sometimes you may have something behind you that you want to hide or that you don't exactly want people to see. But I'm very happy to say that Microsoft Teams has a feature that will actually allow you to do that. And we'll show you in just a few minutes. But to do that, I'll have to set up an actual video call and capture a screen capture of the call so you can see what Microsoft Teams can do to this background behind me, which as I move away, and you can see, well, in the entrance to my hall, I keep my two bicycles there. And so it's not real picturesque, but next I'll show you how to change your location using the Microsoft Scenes virtual backgrounds. So see you in just a minute when we start a video call with my colleague, Britt.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, Britt. What are you doing today? I thought you should be on vacation. It's Armed Forces Unification Day.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the beach.
Well, why don't you demonstrate for us the feature in Microsoft Teams where you can change your background and transport your presence to somewhere you'd rather be?
Sure. So you go down here to the control bar where you have three dots and it says more actions. So you click on that, go up to show background effects, and then you'll have a variety of backgrounds to choose from. So my personal favorite is Southern California, and you hit apply, and then I'm all of a sudden at the beach.
Great. Well, that's where I'd rather be today too. So how about show us a few of the other choices?
Sure. So you can pick any of them. Here's one with an industrial background. You apply that, and it shows that. Or you can go to kind of a minimalist, modern view with the background. So pick any one you want.
Hey, I like that one. That'll be perfect to hide the bikes that are behind me.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brett. We'll see you.
No problem. Thanks, Mark.
Great. So you can see that being able to change your background and hide clutter behind you is a useful feature, particularly if you have to make a call from someplace where you don't really have much control over what's behind you. But in closing, I'd like to conclude by just having a short discussion about your equipment. And of course, your microphone is a key piece of equipment. I use this Sennheiser headset. I've had it for a few years. It's very comfortable. I can put it on like this and wear it all day, and I hardly even notice that it's there. And it provides some very good advantages. If I want to get up and go make myself a cup of coffee in the middle of a conference, I can do it. Of course, you always want to make sure that you mute your mic before you do something like that, or someone will hear you pouring coffee or clinking your spoon. But a good microphone is important. And if you have an older PC, that is older than 3 years old, chances are the sound card in it is probably not as good quality, and your laptop may or may not have Bluetooth. I like a Bluetooth headset. It works with my laptop and it works with my phone. However, if you can't use a Bluetooth headset, you always have the option of getting a headset like this in the corded version that has both a microphone and an earpiece and a cable, and you can just plug it into your older laptop, and then you'll be able to get good sound quality. It's just, of course, you're going to be tethered directly to the laptop by the cable. Bluetooth devices are great, but typically the laptop needs to be less than 3 years old, 4 years, in order for it to have Bluetooth built in. Anyway, that's some of the considerations. I hope you've enjoyed this short module about preparing your workspace, and then it's provided you with some useful tips. So at this time, I'll turn it back to our moderator and we'll proceed on with the class. Thanks. Bye now.